Andor Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. There were so many moments that were a lot of fun, and I think we'll break it down maybe into a few categories for us. But we've had time to think about it. And the more I thought about it, the more I actually enjoyed elements of it. And I think that's the beauty in some ways of Season 1, too. And I think if you didn't rewatch Season 1 going into Season 2, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Because since we rewatched Season 1, going into Season 2, I felt like it played even better for us because things were linked and it was fresh in our mind, so we could get right back into it, into the world.
It had everything that I wanted it to have, I think. Musical tastes that I didn't expect, because of course I always notice the music. I expect great music. I expect great sound design. I wouldn't say that, though, Andor Season 1, the music really, it didn't like completely pique my interest, like throughout the episodes. Obviously there were moments, it's very cinematic, and then they had that one song from the Miami, when he got arrested in Season 1.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a spoiler, but kind of is, but we hear that again, that same style, that same song, I think, in this arc, and that was something I didn't expect, but I didn't mind it. It was kind of an interesting, I don't know, it's just some twists and turns with the sound design, with the music. Looked beautiful. I mean, it just looked incredible. Yeah, it just looked crazy. I mean, just couldn't believe. You can tell the budget went into this thing.
Yeah. What about you guys on characters or character development in this?
I thought the character development was really solid. I felt like it didn't like all of a sudden, like you rewrite a character between seasons to make him cooler or more of this or less of that. I feel like the guy that's writing it, Tony the Tiger, he just gets it, and he just sees it through, and he knows it. The beautiful thing is that he sees the ending. It's the end of this, the season finale, series finale is Rogue One. So when you have that as your finish line, you can cleverly write into that. And I think that's what he's doing. And that's why they're saying that if you watch Rogue One after this, you're going to be blown away, because the way that the writing weaves in and out of the characters are going to just play right in. You're going to see the characters in Rogue One like in a way that you've never seen them before.
Yeah.
And that has me excited too, because I was like, really? I mean, I already liked Rogue One, but now I'm going to like it more probably. So and the rest of the rebellion, Mon Mothma and all this stuff. So
yeah, no, for sure, that makes sense.
Absolutely.
What about you, fact checker?
Yeah, they're so dynamic, each of the characters, and there's a bunch of them, which sometimes can drive me nuts, having too many characters to try and follow their stories and remember all the details. But in this case, they're doing it so well that I got it. I know the arcs that they're going through, and from Season 1 to now these 3 episodes, it's already been so enjoyable.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you there. The dynamics and the nuance to these characters, and taking turns that we didn't expect for some characters, was very interesting. It was very interesting to watch. And let's jump into another category though here. We already touched upon it, but music. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention it again. There were happy tones. There were happy tones in this.
Happy tones.
That's a bit of a spoiler, but not really. It's music. And I was pleasantly surprised by that. The way that they utilized that made you feel different emotions throughout this whole 3-episode arc.
And you're talking about all 3 seasons, right? Or all 3 seasons, all 3 episodes?
Yes, all 3 episodes. But I'd say even just the narrowing in on the first episode alone, you got so much dynamic there, and I loved how they did it, and even how they filmed it. But I know, Dan, you're more the music master on this.
Not really. I just feel like I just noticed that heavily, but we all do. I mean, we all feel it. If it's good, you notice it. If it's meh, you don't notice it.
Yeah.
If it's bad, you notice it as well, but in a bad way. So it's really that 3 things. If you're like, this music, what is this? I kind of like it. Or you're like, this music, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh yeah, I didn't remember there was music. Yep. And then the way that you craft that in, again, that's just peak Star Wars, when there's no music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the beginning, there was no music.
That's a great
And you're like, oh, I'm scared right now.
Absolutely.
Because it's just the way that they all of the suspenseful moments had no music.
In the middle of episode 2,
Yeah.
I don't like it. No,
I know.
I was covering my face.
There was all of that.
don't
Made you feel
like it.
something, though.
Made you feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that. I like when they play the music that way as another character.
He was taking a playbook from, was it Ben Burtt, who designed the bomb that, oh shoot, now I'm losing it. That
the depth
Boba
charge,
Fett,
seismic charge.
seismic charge.
Yeah.
The absence of sound is almost more intimidating, and that's
Yes.
exactly what happened. And just the masterful crafting of the story with the music, the way that he'd start building certain moments with the drums in there to really kind of get you more like, okay, things are happening, and it's subtle. Like if you're not paying attention, you don't notice it, but it adds to the weight of the storytelling. Like the absence in the beginning ups the tension, and that is one thing I do really like about him. He knows how to build tension.
Oh yeah,
so much so, and it pays off though, and it's so good. So the music was fantastic. Even the fun that we had for one of the scenes, bringing back that music like you talked about from the first one, I definitely enjoyed that. So the
Without
music,
a doubt.
it made it feel cinematic. I'll just say that. I think in one word for me, the music in this was cinematic. It took you to that theater experience. The levity, I don't think we've laughed harder in some ways.
Yeah, that's true.
In this,
Yeah.
some of the moments, I was blown away. I was like, "What are we watching?" At the same time, I'm like, "I love this. It's so just different and silly." But I loved it. Temurgens here says definitely an emotional roller coaster. I completely agree.
for
We
sure.
said that even before the stream happened. We were like,
we were already emotional.
we're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, we're gonna throw up together and have fun. We're just gonna rate this arc 1 through 3 by 5 hands. I only have 2, but you know what I'm saying. But out of 5 hands, I'd give it a 4.2 hands. 4.2 hands out of 5. So that's my opinion.
We're going 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Hands to grow.
Did you see how the chat is doing it?
To grow.
No, 4
do hands
hands,
and fingers.
1 thumb out of 5. Ever score my 3 episode rating.
Yeah. What about you, fact checker? What are you rating this out of 5 hands?
Okay, I think I'm going to do 4 hands and 3 fingers.
Wow.
So I'm a little bit higher, I think, than you guys.
I think just the fact that we watched it with everybody too.
That was
took it
cool.
up
That was pretty neat.
a notch.
Yep.
I gotta say.